This might not be the message you want to hear, but it's the one that you need to hear. You may just be too selfish for a healthy relationship. Simple as that. Now, I know these dating coaches out here going to tell you that, well, all you need to do is just vet the right person who's going to meet all your needs, and they're going to do this for you, and they're going to do that for you. Create a list of all the things you want from somebody, then look for somebody who's going to give you all of these things. We're looking at relationships like a product. Like we're going into a store, we're looking on them shelves, and we're thinking to ourselves, okay, which one of these is going to fit all of my needs? Which one's going to meet all? Oh, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. That's why most people can't even be in one serious relationship. They got to have 17 different people, 10 different people, 3 different people that they're going back and forth with in order to create this like a cyborg of a relationship. They can't just be satisfied within a relationship because they're going into relationships for all the wrong reasons. I'm not saying that you don't look for somebody who's going to be equally, quote unquote, yoked with you. I'm not saying you don't go into a relationship with somebody who is going to edify, who is going to be an addition, an asset within the relationship, somebody who is going to be have reciprocity within a relationship. Absolutely. But it has to start with, why am I getting into this relationship in the first place? If I'm going into it to have a quote unquote need met, I have this emotional need. I'm lonely. If you go into a relationship because you're lonely, my friend, I promise you right now, that relationship is going to be miserable because you will always find yourself settling into something out of a space of desperation. So you might find a few things. Okay, I want that. I like that. I like that. Okay, this is good enough. And then now you end up pissed off because you got yourself with a damn psychopath. And that's men and women. I don't play that, no, men bad, women good. I don't play that. I don't play women bad, men. I don't play that. This is with everybody. There are plenty of narcissists, plenty of psychopaths within both groups, and there are plenty of codependents in both men as well as women. Plenty of codependencies. You need to be needed. You're getting in relationships in order for somebody to see you. Go see it. I'm sure you own a mirror. If not, you own a front-facing camera. You want somebody to see you, see your damn self. If you are not able to first recognize those needs met within yourself, or quote unquote meet those needs within yourself, I want to be appreciated and valued. Learn how to value and appreciate yourself so you don't have a deficit where you're using other people like they're some type of narcotic that you got to continuously go to get a fixation and a hit from. And that's what most people are doing in these relationships, and they wonder why they're not working out. I don't understand. He just couldn't meet my needs. I don't understand. She just couldn't. You're supposed to be the one to fulfill your own life first. And then you come together and there's an edification within that relationship. That's when they talk about, two halves don't make a whole type of thing, right? You're just going to have two halves together. If you within yourself are at a deficit, you're feeling as if you're empty, you are hollow, you need to distance yourself from the relationship dynamic until you're in a place where you can actually be in a relationship. Otherwise, you will be a drain. You will be selfish. You will be self-centered, and not in a self-centric, which is, I believe, a positive, but you will be centered on self. The entire relationship will revolve around your own needs. There was a story I recently saw of a college football player. I believe he's one of the best in the country, probably like up for Heisman or something like that. I haven't watched football in a very long time, so I don't know. But all I know is this story is, he gets off the field, has one of his best games, and he approaches his girl to give her a hug and a kiss, and she's just so in herself as per usual, right? Makes it all about herself. She not even giving him no play, and this is supposed to be a beautiful moment for him. This is putting him up in the Heisman running, and all of a sudden he's getting rejected on the sideline. Now the story's blowing up that it's her. I'm not saying, oh, well, yeah, well, does she not get to be emotional? And you don't know what happened. You're right. I don't know what happened. And she does get to be emotional. All I'm saying is she's too damn selfish to be in that relationship, especially from everything else I saw. Always recording them going around. Okay, here, vlog life, vlog life, vlog life, vlog life. Look at my life. He's back here. He's my trophy. He's my trophy. Everybody look at me. Look at my trophy. That's what that energy was. And though most people might not be in that exact situation, they're in some rendition of it. That's why we have these traits that people are looking for, these superficialities. I want him to be this big, tall, this six pack, he got this much money, because you want them as a trophy. You don't give a damn about that person. You give a damn about how that person makes you look. Let me run that back for the ones who are a little slow in the back. You don't want that person. You want what that person has that's going to make you look good. You want to be able to flex your romantic partner. You want to be able to flex your mans. You want to be able to flex your woman. Walk into a room and to be seen about that. You want a damn trophy. You want a pendant. You want a medallion. You don't want a person. You don't want a relationship. You want to use that person as a means to validate yourself. That's what you want. And when you're in that place, you're not ready. Some of these, I believe natural selection is real, folks. There is a group of women who are now sterilizing themselves because Donald Trump won the presidency. And for me, I say to myself, oh my God, this is natural selection. This is nature's way of, making sure that the proper people are going to reproduce as opposed to the kind of cuckoos of the society. So when I see things like that, I think to myself, some folks are just not supposed to be in these dynamics. Unfortunately, a lot of them are giving birth. Unfortunately, a lot of them are having children that they don't take care of. They skip town or they're irresponsible, or God forbid, they end up deleting the baby, unaliving the baby. We can't even say real words anymore. It's crazy. This is some 1984 type stuff. We got to say unaliving instead of just saying the word. But yet somebody can be on there twerking it. Booty, butts, nakeds. That's crazy. You might just be too selfish for a relationship. And I'm not going to say there's nothing quote unquote wrong with it. I'm going to say that if this is the case, then so be it. Like if you have enough introspection to say, you know what, I think I might be there. I think I might be I think my intention, my reasoning for being in a relationship is too selfish. Then congratulations, you have officially made it 49% of the way to healing, where you recognize it and you're honest about it. And then you can start to develop the characteristics necessary. The ability to be able to give to another is the ability to be able to meet those needs within yourself, to not be needy to begin with. And that sounds crazy. Oh, so I'm supposed to just make love to myself. I'm supposed to give myself hugs. It's not about the physical expression of these things. It's about the mental and emotional. If you're feeling deficits in certain areas, you got to do the shadow work. You got to do the inner work. You got to look at whatever traumas are unresolved. You got to look at whatever has been going on internally. You got to start introspecting about these things to say, why is it that I feel such a deficit in this area? Why is it that every time I get into a relationship, I feel like I need this and this? Why is it that I'm so distant and I'm always running, or I'm so clingy and I'm always attaching? What's going on here? When you begin to introspect on these things, you begin your own healing journey. And when you are willing to go to those dark places, those frightening places, you start to heal. And a healed individual is one who can step into a relationship, especially with that momentum. I'm not saying you have to be, I'm fully, perfect. No, it's not about that. It's about you have to be a person who is willing to, and you're consistently, continuously growing. I have seen people grow in the midst of a relationship. It is rarer than not, but I have seen it happen. So you might find yourself in a relationship and this is not happening. But if you're outside of one, at least embark upon the true journey. I'm not talking about the superficial version of self-love we are being sold. I love myself because I said it to myself 150 times today. That don't mean a damn thing. Oh, I respect myself. And then you go out there and give the cookie to whoever. And then you go out there and slay that thing. You don't respect yourself. You do not respect yourself if you are moving in a way that does not deem self-respect. It is from a change of behavior, a pattern change, a character change, that you then shift whatever it is that you identify with. Yes, you speak life over yourself. Yes, you continue to affirm these things over yourself, but you do not lose track of the most valuable, most important aspect of it all, which is what is going on within you that's then going to be expressed outwardly, right? And it has to be an intentional and a conscious thing. Otherwise, you will continue to repeat the very same patterns over and over, finding yourself in these half-hearted relationships. And that's why we have in certain demographics, 70 to 75% of black women will not be married. A lot of that is the social conditioning, the priorities in the culture, and the environments that have been created through democratic plantation programming. But nevertheless, When we start to prioritize all the wrong things, and then now we're looking to get the things that we truly desire, the things that actually gratify us throughout life, the things that actually edify our joy, not just chasing a bag, but instead building a fam. When we start to focus on all the wrong things, then we get the byproduct of that, which is hollowness and emptiness. When we start to follow superficial things as opposed to correcting and adjusting within ourselves, introspecting upon why we think we need all these things. Like, BBLs would be out of business tomorrow if there was self-esteem. If self-esteem was on the market and that became like the biggest selling product, there'd be no BBLs, no big ass lashes, no, fully extendo weaves and things of that nature. Those things would go off the market tomorrow. I guarantee it. But it all starts from within. And again, if you find yourself, you are in that so selfish, you're so, my needs, it's time to grow up. It's time to mature. That is how a child thinks. Period.
I used to be afraid of the dark, a place unknown like a heart in their heart. I used to see my life in the bar. Now the kids unchained, every shackle is lost. 2 steps in the moonlight, 2 step in the daytime. You just know when it feel right. You got a feeling the time's not. See you through those shades that I just threw on. Through my lenses, you just can't do no wrong. I fell in love with myself again. I fell in love with myself. I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 365, that's a